Hey everyone, welcome back to another weekly rotations video. This is now the 9th edition in this series I've started since the beginning of the year, just telling you everything I've wore through the week, both night and day, work, casual, dating, whatever, everything I wore through it, except this past week was kind of cut short. I didn't get to wear everything that I was planning to wear through the week because my wife and I was actually admitted to the hospital Monday to get ready for the birth of our baby boy, and now everything is done. We've been through the hospital, been out, he had to go to the NICU. It's a long story, but everything is good. Both mom and baby are healthy and doing very well. We're just very happy to have him a part of our lives. It's brand new, we're new parents, so any advice any of you parents could give us in the comments below, please let me know. But I didn't get to wear everything, so this is gonna be a very short video, but I will show you things that I did get to wear at the beginning of the week and kind of here and there, because I didn't want to wear anything around him, especially in the hospital, because their nose is gonna be very sensitive and I'm around a lot of work staff and didn't want to interrupt or be a nuisance to everyone around. So I was held off on that and waited till I was home, or like I said, at the beginning of the week to start wearing stuff. So most of the things that I was gonna wear last week, I pushed off and will wear this coming up week when I do go back to work and everything else. But starting off on last Sunday, I did wear one that you've heard me talk about before. It's another sample from Aaron Terrence Hughes, and it's his fragrance called Tobacco. And I talked about this before, but I'll give a little bit of a brief on this one. This is obviously a very tobacco forward fragrance, very herbaceous, ashy, but also very smooth. It also is a very patchouli heavy fragrance. If you don't like patchouli, you're not gonna like this one, but it does have a good bit of a smokiness, a little bit of a sweetness in there as well. I know Aaron loves his musky sweets and vanillas and things like that, and that definitely has that fast in here, a little bit of a fruitiness. It's an absurdly dense and very loud performing fragrance. It is amazing, absolutely highest quality you can ever get, especially for that price range that Aaron uses. And of course, he's a very unique perfumer. I've talked about him before, and if you haven't seen his stuff on YouTube, I definitely go recommend to check him out. He's a professional perfumer, but also reviews other fragrances of designer niches or indie houses and kind of breaks down what he smells and how they're created. It's very, very interesting. He's like the bloodhound nose of fragrances. It's really, really cool. But again, I'm wearing his samples through because they are not the best sealed, so they're evaporating over time. So I'm making sure to go through all the ones I have of him before they evaporate into nothing. And then that night when we got home from church, I wore one that I haven't worn actually this past season. I wore it a lot the year before, and I don't know why I just had it sitting back on the shelf, but it's one that maybe you've seen a lot, especially if you watch a lot of Ash's videos on Gent Sense. He talks about this one a good bit, and maybe elsewhere you've seen it, but it's one from Versace that you don't hear a lot of. It's in their Pour Homme line, but it is Oud Noir. And this is basically Versace's take and style on the Tom Ford Oud Wood DNA. Absolutely amazing. Again, it is like their own take and style. It's almost like a cleaner, almost classier version of it. It's not as woody dense, but it is a good bit of wood in here. You still get the same kind of synthetic style oud in there. It is very oriental, very dark. It has a good bit of incense, a little bit of smokiness, but it's not too heavy. A lot of vanilla in here. It's very sweet, but more what you're gonna get is just a generic woodiness in there with a good bit of like a clean musk kind of feel to it. Like I said, it's like oud wood, but like an Italian version of it, or just almost like I said, a cleaner, classier version of it. You can definitely see Versace's style and their DNA and take on things in this one, but amazing, amazing quality, still really good. Not the absolute best performer, which I know Versace is either hit or miss on that category, but this one you'd expect to be an amazing, loud, long-lasting one, and probably old batches of this were, but this is a not really recent batch. I got this like 2 years ago or so, but it doesn't last as long as you would think or expect or even want, because this thing, I would want it to last forever because it smells amazing. But I did happen to get better performance on this the past time I've worn it, on Sunday, than I have on times before. It seemed like times before I'd wear it and it wouldn't last over like 3 hours or so, but I was able to smell this on me way into the night, like getting almost that 5-hour mark. So still really good, not the absolute best. It has like a medium to intimate projection after that first hour or so, but still the quality on this is amazing. Again, if you want like an oud wood style DNA, but curious on how another company would take it, especially a company like Versace, definitely get this one. And I also highly recommend trying to get this one before it's discontinued, because it seems like this is something that Versace would discontinue after a while, but still really, really good and highly, highly recommend it. Then on that Monday, I went with my wife to an appointment, and then they told us, that hey, maybe it'd be like another week or so. Then I went back to work, and then I got into work not even an hour, and then they called back and said, hey, actually, can y'all come in at 4 p.m.? We're gonna go ahead and start now. So I had to go ahead and leave right after that, but I still wore something to that appointment, and because I knew I'd go to work afterwards. But it's this one here from Sony, and it is Pour Homme Parfum. I get very Blue de Chanel style fragrance. I'm pretty sure a lot of you have heard about this one being similar to that, and it has some similarities to it, but it's not exactly there. What I get with this one is a good bit of lavender. It has like a very soapy, powdery quality to it with a lot of woods in the background. It does have a little bit of a fresh, like citric pop in the beginning, but it quickly dies out into that powdery kind of style. It has a lot of, like I said, woodiness in the background. It's very clean, very professional, very classy as well. This is very much like a mature kind of style fragrance, but still, I think younger guys could pull this off just as easily, but it is something that I think more mature guys would appreciate more. And performance on this has varied with me from moment to moment. Sometimes I feel like I would get like no more than 3 hours, and then sometimes I feel like I would smell it on my clothes the next day. So this past time I actually did get good performance on this. It lasted me almost the whole day. I could still really smell it on my clothes way later into the day. I'd say it's about like a 5, maybe 6 hour longevity with a medium to intimate projection after that first hour or so, but still it's a really good quality. Again, it's Missoni, amazing atomizer. You got the magnetic cap and just a great quality bottle and amazing quality juice on the inside. Really, really good. If you don't like the Blue de Chanel kind of style and the blue fragrance kind of thing, you might not like this one, but if you want a more powdery take on that DNA and something you're like, well, I like it, but I want something with a twist, this is definitely one to go for and highly, highly recommend it. And then from that Tuesday to the Friday, I really didn't wear anything except for one fragrance, which I'll talk about in a little bit. But then yesterday, Saturday, I had to go out, do some work at a friend of mine's church, and I decided to wear something since I was going out and away from baby and mama just for a little bit. To wear something just to kind of have a little bit of a fragrance on because I didn't wear anything for most of the week and wanted to have something a little different, but also something that complemented the very cool weather that we have in. Not too warm, but not too cold. It's a fantastic day, and decided to wear something I think that would work perfect for what I was going to do, but it's Versace and it's Eros Flame. Very much the, I guess, underdog of the Eros line, along with I think maybe Eros Parfum, but this one, absolutely incredible. You've heard me talk about it before, and you've probably seen a lot of other people talk about it too. Very much the citric green take on the Eros DNA with a little bit of a spiciness. Again, there's a cinnamon kick in there. You do still get a lot of that powdery vanilla in the background as it dries down, and a little bit of a muskiness, almost wood ambery feel in there as it dries down even more. Absolutely wonderful. Again, I got a lot more greenness in this past time I've worn it. It was like a strong green spiciness. Absolutely incredible. Amazing performance, by the way. This easily lasted me like 7 hours or so, maybe a little more than that. I could really smell it on my clothes way late into the evening, and it had a good medium to loud projection for that first hour. So fantastic quality, really, really good. Highly recommend this one if you want Versace Eros, but way more fresh, a lot more citric, spiky spiciness. Then I recommend this one. Good for almost all year round. I think it works very well in the spring and summertime as well. And we're about to get into the springtime now, so this is definitely one I'd recommend picking it up on the cheap if you can, because this does tend to get very inexpensive from discounters. And I know there's some clones out there, this one, but if you can pick this one up, I'd highly recommend it. And now just for a little bit, I wanted to do something very different than I do on the weekly rotations, because that's all the ones I wore, were those 4 there. But the last 5 I want to talk about is what's going to make this video kind of like the weekly rotations baby edition kind of thing, because I was going to do a video before little man got here that was called, you know, baby scents, or the 5 baby scents I'd wear, the ones I'd wear around, you know, the newborns of babies, or anything like that, you know. Basically, these are going to be fragrances that I would wear and will wear and was planning on wearing around our baby when he was here, because, you know, babies have a very sensitive nose. You can't wear anything too strong, nothing too spiky, nothing too piercing, nothing too loud. Things that are soft, that are more natural smelling, almost more of like a skin scent kind of thing. So you don't want anything that's loud performing, but you also don't want it to be something that is a too out there kind of scent profile. So I want to talk about 5 here. Again, one of them I actually did wear like on Friday or so when me and my wife went to visit him in the NICU. And then the other ones are ones that I was planning on wearing and talk about in another video. But let's talk about the one that I actually did wear and was kind of like the one that started the whole list that I have here. And it's from Banana Republic. It is called 90 Pure White. This is one I think I talked about in one of my way early shorts that I did like from 2 years ago or so. This is one that is very, very underrated. It's not gonna be anything too unique. It's gonna be nothing that's very out there, but in the profile that I want for if you want something that's very subtle, especially something that's very spring, fresh weather appropriate, office wear, and again, around intimate settings, especially with babies and newborns and things like that. This is perfect to wear. This is a very clean linen, like laundry kind of smell. It has a green tea note in here. It very much has like a spa day kind of vibe about it. It's very clean musk, very light citrus. It has, like I said, that clean, laundry linen kind of feel to it. Very, very nice. It's not a loud performer unless you really spray a lot on. It lasts on your skin pretty well, actually. It's very intimate projection, but it lasts easily in I think 4 or 5 hours. So not way out there, but something that when you spray on, it's not gonna be too overbearing or too loud. It's very natural smelling. It smells absolutely incredible, I think, for what it is. Again, not gonna be super unique. Might not be the, way out there clubbing, compliment getting fragrance, but perfect for this kind of situation. So this was the first one I picked out. The second one that I had picked out, and actually my wife had picked out as well, was John Varvatos XX Artisan. I think I talked about this one in a weekly rotations video recently. I'm not gonna go through it a whole lot, but this is a very, very clean veteran forward fragrance, very citric, not really sweet. It's very dry, a little grassy green, a little earthy, but very fresh, almost like watery, aquatic kind of vetiver. Absolutely like the poster child of office wear, but it's not a loud performer. It's not a long lasting one. Again, maybe 4 or 5 hours, the same as the other one, but it's gonna have a intimate projection, and it's gonna smell very clean and just very natural smelling, like I said. Not way out there. It does have a little bit of a spiciness to it, but if you don't overspray it, then it's not gonna be a thing that's gonna be, too unbearable to a baby's nose or to even other people around you, but very well fitting, again, for this kind of situation. And then the other one I had was one that I've already talked about before in a recent video, where I think I listed 5 fragrances that smell average but are still really good. And it's one that everyone says they've worn for signature for years, and especially for office settings. And it's a kind of a retro, not really retro, but it is a throwback one, but it's still very classic. It is Burberry Touch for Men. Very ozonic, musky, very fresh, woody, almost aquatic, watery kind of scent. And this is one that can get a little louder than the first two, so I wouldn't spray a whole lot on if I was to wear it around our baby. But it is one that I think fits very well. Again, very natural smelling, has that clean muskiness to it. Way more musky, I think, than any of the other ones here. It's very much heavy on that kind of profile. But very, very good. Again, not gonna be something that lasts forever, but it's perfect for these kind of intimate settings I'm talking about. The other one I was gonna pick out that my wife was kind of iffy on, but she's like, I think I can see it, is Abercrombie & Fitch First Instinct, the original First Instinct. This one is a little bit more out there. It's still very clean. It's still not gonna be like an overbearing performance, but it has a little bit of sweetness to it, a little bit of a fruity citric factor on the top, but it dries down being very musky, a little ambery warm, and very, very clean, almost like aquatic, like I said. And you can kind of see the theme in here. Anything that's musky, anything that's fresh and clean, that's pretty much what you're gonna wear, but also something that doesn't have too loud performance, and this is perfect for that. Again, it's gonna get some hate because of the performance, because I mean, this was the first one in the line. It's not the best performing, but it does smell fantastic. It is a compliment getter too. I mean, not really gonna be something you're gonna get compliments from your baby on, but for, again, those sensitive kind of settings, this is perfect for that. And this is one that I had in a list of ones that I was gonna wear if he came in earlier. And then the last one that I had that she was like, I can see it, but I don't know for sure about it, is one that I think works very well. It's from Lattafa, and this is the first one, Ijazi. This is one that I've grown to like a lot more as it's macerated. It's gotten so much deeper, it's gotten better performance. It is just fantastic. This is one that I actually think that because it has macerated, being better performing and deeper, richer, louder, all that, and now that I smell it, it's probably one that I might not have actually ended up wearing, but it was in the list of the contenders that I was thinking about. But it is very woody, has a very dominant icy super note, but very spicy, has an ambery warmth about it. It is a really, really good fragrance. Really, really nice. Very similar to things like Burberry Hero, but I think it's the original Burberry Hero, like EDT, maybe a little bit of the EDP, very much a similarity to that. But this is one that it's really good. This is also another one that's perfect for spring, summer, fall, maybe even wintertime, but office wear without a doubt, perfect for that. I haven't gotten amazing performance on skin with this one, especially when I first got it, but I think because of the scent profile and the way it is, it might be a little too wood heavy to wear around, but I think that if I was very light with it and I was very, conservative on my sprays and how I wore it, that it could work, in, like I said, the baby kind of category, but really, really good. It's still a great fragrance overall. Just get it, spray it, let it macerate for a little while, maybe a couple weeks or so, and go back to it, and you'll be surprised with how much more it matures. It's just really, really good. I gotta wear this one soon too, because about to get springtime, and I think it'd be perfect to break this one out, but really, really nice. It's not exactly like Burberry Hero, the EDT or EDP, but it is very close to that and very much in that realm and, kind of in that wheelhouse, as Ash would say. And there you go, guys. That's really all I had to talk about in today's video. Hopefully it wasn't too short, but those are all the things that I actually wore through the week, and some of the things that I was thinking about wearing through the week. If there's any of these that you have or that you're looking at or that you have questions about, please let me know in the comments below. What do you think about them? What do you think about things that you've worn or things that are related to this? What are other fragrances that you think would work as baby scents? Things that would be perfect to wear around newborns or babies that are not so loud, not so way out there, that are perfect for the sensitive noses and that kind of intimate, very special setting. Please let me know in the comments below, and I'd love to hear back on that. But again, guys, if you did enjoy this video, please consider giving it a like and a thumbs up. Just let me know that I need to keep making videos just like this one. I know it's a very different format, again, with the, more personal kind of presentation and this vertical format, but hopefully you do like it. And if you're watching this video and you're not subscribed to the channel, but you do like what you see here or what you see elsewhere on the channel, I encourage you to please consider supporting the channel by subscribing and even hitting that notification bell so you can see other videos I upload in the future. There's a lot of things I have planned, and I'm trying to get my schedule in place to have things going out automatically and keeping up a more constant flow. But being a new dad is very different, and I'm trying to find out my way around things, so please bear with me. But rest assured that I do have a lot of things planned in the background, and I'd love for you to be along with me on this cheap fragrance journey, and hey, maybe I can even help you discover something new along the way. And as usual, guys, that's all I have for today's video. Again, thank you for being here and for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I hope that you enjoyed it. And I will see all of you again in the next video on Friday. Be blessed.